Hello, everybody. This is Coach Tara Woodruff, the Helpful Entrepreneur, and we are coming to you at a holiday Florida. I want to make sure that the Hangout page doesn't feedback on us. But anyway, my name, like I said, is Coach Tara Woodruff, the Helpful Entrepreneur, and I'm here with the amazing Arsenio DeBose. Super excited because this is his first ever Hangout, and we are about to bring the boom to you guys tonight. We're going to be here together for about a half hour, so you guys can get off and do what you guys got to do. But we wanted to discuss tonight about the power of your story and how to use it to break through in life, whether it's in business. Well, I think everything is business. So when I say life, I'm saying business as well. So anyway, first we want to introduce Arsenio. And Arsenio, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Arsenio DeBose. It's my first time actually being on a Google Hangout with my face actually being shown. If you actually watch any of her old videos and you see like this little black blob in the background, that was probably me walking back there. So now you know who that mysterious figure usually was in the background.
I love it.
It has a face.
That's so funny because we used to call you the mysterious black man in the back. We got people from Australia. Hi, Katrina. Oh, how exciting. This is, now Arsenio, how incredible is this? It's your first Hangout, and you literally have people from all across the world. How awesome is that?
To be honest, it feels quite amazing to have the entire world watching my face right now. It's actually a lot easier than you think, people. For those who are out there that scared to make videos, it's actually a lot easier than you think. I just came home today and just like, you know what? No, I want to make a video. And just thought about it, you know what? Screw it. Let's just post a webinar. Why not?
To the office or whatever. I said, let's do a Hangout tonight. And I'm like, yes. Well, anyway, let's get to the subject. The subject is the power of our story and how writing our story down and how expressing our story to people is really therapeutic for our own selves to help us break through in life and in business and whatever it is we want to do. And so I wanted to ask you, Arsenio, what's one story that really has stood out throughout your life that you heard? You know, somebody's life story or someone's situational story that really gave you inspiration. Do you have one that stands out to you?
Well, the only one that really stood out to me when I was growing up was Notorious B.I.G. for the sheer fact that he grew up in a worse situation than I was in, and he was doing the same exact things that I've seen people doing, but he decided to do it in a more positive way. Okay, I mean, so when he wanted something, he just kept going for it. He told people, like, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to get it. And he went for it, and he got it.
Very good. What do you think was the biggest trait that he had that helped him overcome any adversities and helped him break through to success? What do you think it was?
Ambition.
Okay, very cool. Ambition. I bet you ambition's everything, huh? When it comes to that. Yeah. I call it my reasons or my why. You know, but that's my ambition. You know, if you have a solid vision of what you want your future to look like, nothing's gonna stop you. No, you know, you might come across something like, say, tonight, what we're doing. You know, you've never been on a Hangout before where your face was showing, where you're actually the host, and you know where you want to go, and you know that this is part of the journey to get there. That, you know, being an internet marketer, being online and making money and breaking through and sharing value means you've got to do stuff like this, and that's pretty powerful. So the B.I.G. he hooked you up with that.
Yeah, yes he did. Yes he did. I still listen to his music to this day. I don't care what anyone says.
Whoa! Who cares what anybody says? I was gonna say, what would anybody say?
Oh, you'd be surprised. Especially at my job. The hell is that? Hey.
Hey. Yeah, I hear you. Well, I guess one of the big things is the people at your job are still going to be at your job when you walk out and you say, "Have a nice day, fellas," and you go on your first vacation that you've ever had, and then you take your daughter to, whatever, I don't know, the beach, Disney World, those people still be back there flipping burgers and scrubbing dishes, and you'll be on your way. Maybe they should listen to BIG.
Maybe they should just open their eyes.
Yes, absolutely. I've had a couple of stories really impact me in my life. That and some of them were situational, and some of them like life stories. One of my favorites. When I was little, I wanted to be like this person. I wanted to be a hero. I wanted to help people become free, right? And it's been like this driving factor in the back of my mind. And it's the story of Harriet Tubman, and how she just absolutely was way beyond her time and took no bullshit from anybody and helped people get out of really bad situations. In case anybody hasn't heard, slavery. She was relentless to the very end, and her mission in life was to weather whatever storm she had to do to help people, break the chains and get on with their life and go make a life for themselves. And her story really, really impacted me. And as I get older and I become more and more of an entrepreneur, it blows my mind how much her philosophies and her story actually are part of my philosophies and my story now. One of the famous things, they said that she was a great motivator, and they used to say that she always had her pistol on her hip, and she used to say, things like, "Dead men don't tell stories." And some people even believe that she took it a little step further. When she was out there helping people move along, and you've got people with dogs chasing you. She didn't tolerate anybody that wasn't ready to go all in. If you weren't ready to be free right now and go all in and take that hike and get through those woods and move and get to the next house and move on from there and do the thing and be quiet and not cry and not scream and not be upset. And she really, that whole philosophy that she had on the Underground Railroad, I bring to me with my experience in entrepreneurialism. Did BIG have a feeling like that?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, because he's basically, like I said, he was in the same situation that I was in, but worse, in a much worse situation. I mean, like he set it to a point to where anything is possible. No matter what situation you're in, anything is achievable. If you want it and you have the drive to go get it, go for it.
We all have the same amount of hours in a day, right? We breathe the same air most of the time. There's so little competition at the top. And all it takes to want to get to the top is the ambition, the drive, and the wherewithal to get there. And when a task comes your way that challenges you, but it's part of the journey, you don't say, "Oh, I don't know how to do that." You say, "Oh, okay, let's do that." Can you tell us a little bit about? I'm not very familiar with BIG story at all. I haven't even seen the movie.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh my god. Well, his story is long and confusing, to be honest. And I barely remember the movie because it's been a while since I've seen it.
Well, why don't you tell us your story then?
Mine?
A little bit. You don't have to get too deep.
Well, my story, I basically had to do whatever I had to do. I had to grow up fast at a young age. I mean, like, I had to learn at a young age that the world ain't all peaches and cream and Santa Claus is real and come down your chimney and give you gifts. I mean, like, I had to figure all that out alone. I mean, like, I grew up around my daddy, so most of the shit that half people in the world knew, I didn't know. I mean, like, I felt like a kid with one skate, and everybody else had two. I was like the only one playing catch-up. But it is what it is. I mean, I am where I am now. Jordan, because if I think about it and I look back at it now, like, damn. Like, most of the people I knew now are either dead or locked up. You know what I mean? So, in a way, I'm happy that my life turned out the way it did, that I have a family now, and I'm a grown man with responsibilities and take care of my responsibilities as a man, you know what I mean? So,
yes,
that's a little bit about me.
I like that. That's good. That's, you know, I'm so happy that that's not the case for you, that you didn't end up in jail or dead. And it's, you know, growing up, a lot of people have very many different stories. I had, I would say, a hard time in comparison. I mean, if I'm to be comparative, but I know that the story that I have inspires people, because there's somebody out there waiting to hear it. There's somebody out there that's experienced something like me. You know, I grew up in a single-family household in an area of New York in which single mothers were non-existent. I think there were two. You know what I'm saying? And my mom worked her butt off. Her butt off. I mean, 2 jobs nonstop all the way through. I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she did it. And, you know, so there was a lot of things that went on with me that I had to kind of figure out myself. And there was a lot of things that went on with the dynamics of being just in a town where people, you know, I mean, it was almost like they were afraid that it was contagious, or that, you know, I'm not sure what they were thinking, but I know that there were some people that weren't even really allowed to hang out with me, be friends with me, because I was from a single family household, because nobody else was. It was me, Janice, and Jenna. You know, that was it. Everyone else had a mom and a dad. You know, so it was interesting. I mean, there was a lot. I did a lot of self-inflicted hard times. I was attracted to hard times. You know, when I was a kid, I wanted shit to be difficult. When I was 11 years old, I remember going to the town over where it had an actual population of some people there. And I saw the kids hanging out with their jean jackets, you know, and smoking cigarettes. And I knew at that very minute that I wanted to be part of that crowd. I knew it in my heart. And sure enough, you know, as soon as I was, you know, 13 years old, I was running with people like that. And that's, you know, not that any one of us were bad. It was just the way that I chose to experience things. And it caused a lot of heartache in my life and so on. And one of the things was that I used to hold on to quite a bit was the absence of my father. And, you know, that the shit pisses you off. When you're growing up, you think to yourself, well, what the hell did I do? You know what I mean? And then you do grow up and you realize you got to be who you expect to be of yourself. You know, it's like you take care of your daughter, and you would never abandon your daughter. You know, I would never abandon my daughter. You know what I'm saying? What our parents did, or, you know, it's just part of the story. It's not the thing that holds you back.
They basically showed you that shit ain't easy, but it's possible. Nothing's impossible. It's just very, very, very difficult. That's it. It might be difficult, but it's no hurt in asking people for help. Like, that was one of my problems when I was growing up. I didn't like asking people for help whatsoever. No. Like, I know when I actually knew I needed help, I still rejected people from giving me help. Like, hey, bro, you need help? No, I got it. I'm good. Knowing damn well in the back of my head, I'm like, damn, I should have fucking took the help.
Yeah.
But instead, no, I let him go.
Well, as an entrepreneur now, you know better than that, right? You've got to ask for help. I mean, there's no way. See, that's like a psychology that you get to kind of open up in yourself when you start, you know, getting your story written down, when you start blogging about it. That's a powerful thing that we have in Team Breakthrough, is we have a really powerful blogging platform that we can share our stories. We can share other people's stories. I'm thinking about writing a blog about Miss Harriet, you know, having this conversation, maybe doing some research on BIG and writing a blog about him. It's pretty powerful. If you guys don't have a blog, you need to get one. You need to see Off the DeBose right here, or you can click the link right below this video. Right below it is the little, you get them free for the first 7 days.
Yeah.
But who else the hell's that? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, that's in New York, right? Got it.
The
Mess
dog
with
that came at
Dakota.
your...
No, I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he didn't. But it's it's just in life you gotta know when to ask for help. You know what I mean? Like you gotta know when that time is need when you know you need that help. You know you gotta ask somebody. I mean, like that I had that problem because I had problems trusting people. I mean, I don't like when I first meet someone, I'll give you the most utmost respect, but that doesn't mean I trust you right then and there. You have to earn that trust over a long period of time. Yeah, I mean, so, like I said, sometimes you just gotta change your mentality in there sometimes. You know what I mean? Like now I'm working in here, I have to change my mentality because now I know I have to act for help. I can't do it alone because sometimes we get stuck at parts and it's like, damn, okay, but you know what? Forget it. I'll procrastinate and go do something else. No. You have to sit there. You have to call someone who knows something more than you do, and you ask that person for help. That
Yep.
person will come along, they'll either help you or they'll just sit there and let you dangle by your neck. That's up to the person. Me, I would help you. If I knew I can help you, I would help you. That's one thing about me, though. I would always help anyone else. Regardless, if they didn't want the help, I would help them anyway, but I wouldn't take the help from them. I mean,
Well, you brought up a really important part when you said that. You said, I would just not ask for the help and go procrastinate and do something else. When we are resistant to accepting other people's wisdom, it doesn't mean we've got to trust them with our lives. It means we got to trust them with the piece of knowledge that we're getting from them. You know,
exactly.
and not allowing that to be something that we use as an excuse to procrastination is a big deal. It's hard.
That's true. Like sometimes, believe it or not, sometimes you can actually learn things from your enemies as well. Like I mean, like say for instance, you don't like somebody over there, but they're doing something better than you. You can always look and see what they're doing, and see what the hell they're doing better than you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like that's where a hater comes from. You know what I mean, because a hater would see what the person's doing, like, oh, that's all right, whatever. No, dude. Sometimes your enemy can be your best of allies. You know what I mean, like you can look and see what they're doing, and flip it to your own side, and start doing the same thing.
That's right. That's part of becoming the ultimate optimist opportunist.
You know what I mean, like you have to use everything that you have. This company has everything you need, basically. Like it's handed to you on a dish.
Yeah.
It gets no easier than that. It's handed to you right there on the plate. Like, okay, here's instructions. Go do it. You're guaranteed to make money.
Yep, and it gives you the mindset too. The mindset to help you keep it all together, to help you break through in your personal issues and bust out procrastinate, $1 million days, dreamscaping. I mean, think about it, Arsenio. How many times do we resist ourselves from having a real dream about something? Automatically remembering a disappointment in the past. Oh, you can't have it that good. You can't have that. And with the dreamscaping exercise, you really fuck that. You can have whatever you want.
You see, that's just it. Like, I mean, like, that's what the job comes in. I mean, the job helps you procrastinate. The more you go to your job, the more you procrastinate about something like this. Because to you, the job, your boss makes it feel like, okay, you should be honored that I gave you this job, sir, or ma'am, or whoever's watching this. Or like, oh, yeah, you should be grateful I gave you this job. No, you shouldn't be grateful that person gave you a job because you're only helping that person's pockets. You're not helping your pockets. What does your wallet look like? Probably like a few $100 bills in there. What does this guy's wallet look like? A couple of $1,000 bills in his wallet. Why? For the sheer fact that it's a pyramid, dude. He's at the top and you're at the very fucking bottom.
Yep.
It's like going into a restaurant and starting to work there. You start at the very bottom. You're saying. If you do go over to a restaurant, God forbid does anyone go to a restaurant watching this video, they'll start you at a dishwashing position. You know what I mean? And you work your way up. You can either go for a server or a cook. That's up to you. But the thing is, they'll beat and mold the shit out of you while you're at that low position. They'll make you feel to a point where you're like, okay, you know what, you should be happy you have this. Even though that they know that you're the most important person in that building, because it's sheer fact that if anything goes wrong with you, everything else goes wrong. You are the base of the table. You know what I mean? So every day you go to that job and you procrastinate, like I said before, procrastinate and go to that job, you become the base of that person's foundation of making money.
Mm-hmm.
You join this business, you're your own foundation. You make your own foundations. And then that person goes make their own foundations. It sounds like a pyramid, but it ends up being nothing more than everyone making their own money.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not one person just benefiting from it all. It's everyone benefiting from it.
Everybody together benefiting. You know, I was listening to an audio recording today from Jeffrey Combs, and he was talking about when people resist. I don't want my friends to think I'm going to make money off of them or trying to make money off of them. Why not? Why not? Your friends are getting. Why not? Wouldn't it be better if we were all making money off each other? Why we always got to be throwing it away? Wasting giving our most precious resource like our time to bosses that could give a shit, that don't care. You know, isn't it about time that we, you know, the people, have some money, have some influence, start creating jobs for other people? Maybe then, with our experience in our own employment situations, maybe we'll treat our, you know, I tell you what, when I have employees, because I will, because I want stuff done for me, I just do. All of them will be very clear on the fact that I will be wanting them to leave me as soon as possible. I don't want them to stay forever. I want them to earn the money that I pay them, and I want them to become their own entrepreneur, and I want them to make it happen for themselves. It would be more of an apprenticeship than it would be, you know, like an employee kind of situation. It drives me crazy. In a traditional job, the boss is not interested in you becoming better than them. In network marketing, all I want is for my teammates to become better than me. I want them to surpass me in every way. You know what I'm saying? Traditional entrepreneurship, traditional business owners, at this point, I almost feel it's almost unethical. At this point, you can't promise somebody a job for any length of time because you never know when the budget's going to go, and you never, you know, whether it's a small scale like your restaurant or whether it's corporation, you just don't know. If you can offer, what is that? Daughter's outside. It's cats.
Yeah, you probably hear her. Probably.
We're about to hear some dog barking.
But like, you can take my situation for instance. But you can take my situation for instance. That, like you said before, if you small time like my restaurant is vertically saying that it pays you weekly. You know what I mean? And when they say that, sometimes your check, once it was every Monday, then it was every Tuesday, then it was every Wednesday, then it was every Thursday, then it was every Friday, and then sometimes you'd be lucky enough if you can get that check back. Like, oh, I'm sorry, there was a problem with it. Oh, there was one mess up with this one's personal check. What's this got to do with my check? You mess up that one person's check, and why is everyone else getting punished because that person's check is messed up? Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. You know what I mean? So there's people, I'm sure there's other people out there in the world who's dealing with the same shit that I'm dealing with, but probably in a different fucking scenario, in a different workplace. You know what I mean? Like, that's the crazy shit that's unethical about it. You know what I mean? Like, I remember my boss was telling me, oh yeah, man, I was a dishwasher for 7 years before I came to cook. You kidding me? Oh man, I don't want to wash dishes for 7 years.
Oh my gosh, that is the biggest lie anyone's ever tried to feed anybody. Like, you should have also sort of lofty respect for your apprenticeship position in a restaurant. Nobody washes dishes for 7 years and wants to be doing that.
Exactly. There's no fun in it. There's no fun. I mean, like, there's nothing you can teach me from a basic household chore, bro. Like, that's all it is.
That's right, and there's no way that it can pay you enough to even provide, you know,
The proper materials in my house.
right? A person gets paid, and they're in a situation like that, and then they have, if they're lucky, they got 2 days off. If they're not lucky, they have days off throughout the whole week, so that you never actually get anything going. You know how they separate them sometimes?
Yeah.
You're lucky you have it in a row. But what happens on those 2 days off? There is not a dollar left over to do anything with, to enjoy yourself at all, to get on a bus, to go to Clearwater, to go to the beach. You know what I mean? So there is no honor in being the dishwasher. What the honor is that you see it for what it is, and you're lifting yourself up out of that shit, because you know that that'll get you by for a little bit, but that is not going to get you where you're going. That's not enough. It's like getting in your Lamborghini and wanting to take a ride, over to Miami and put a quarter a tank of gas in it.
And pray for the best. Yeah, no, not happy.
You're not going to give a. So right. So that's what jobs do for people, and even in corporate situations, it's all a bunch of hogwash. But what happens there is maybe they'll make just enough. Maybe they'll make like $50,000 a year, and they'll just get by. They'll just get by, but yet they'll be exhausted. They'll be putting in 70 hours a week, 60 hours a week. Some of the people will be on call, heavy responsibility loads. They got to wake up early in the morning, drive 2 hours to get to that freaking office. They got to wear heels all day or shoes all day, something uncomfortable all day long. And then they've got to run around and meet deadlines and get yelled at by their boss. And then they got to get back in the car, drive another 2 hours home. They get home. The kids are practically put to bed already. There's nothing to do anymore. Then your days off, you're exhausted. Where are you going to go? What, are you going to go to the bar and get drunk and have a hangover for 2 days? That's not living.
No, that's not living.
It's definitely. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If y'all want to live, if y'all want to enjoy your life, see that little link at the bottom of the screen, right there underneath. Click that.
Click that today, and we will get you started, and you will be absolutely thrilled to death because you actually have something that's affordable that you can get involved with. So no matter where you are in life, and it'll give you what it is you need to keep moving forward to the higher and higher ticket items that we have available for you. You ready to wrap this up, big guy?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, say what you were going to say, and then we'll wrap it up.
You'll be a fool not to get this. I'll be honest. You'll be a fool, man. Like, there's kids out there younger than I am. I'm 23. I might not look it. Trust me, by this old-looking exterior, this is 23. If I had my ID on me, I would get it and I put it right to the camera. I'm 23. And there's kids out there who are 16, making more money than I make in a day. Nah. It's time to get started in this, man.
Absolutely. We got people in our company. We got Frazier. He lives in Thailand. He's got an entire movement going on. He's 23 years old, making $20,000 a month. We have Jaden Eaton Elliott. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's awesome. I just asked him the other day because it doesn't have his year of birth. And I said, how old are you, man? Because you can tell he's a baby. You can see it. He's like, I'm 20. I'm like, shut up. I mean, one of the most professional marketers out there. He's working with us. We're working with them. You just can't beat it. He's making about $6,000 a month, and he's living in Thailand. He decided he worked his butt off for the past 3 or 4 months, 20 hours a day, so that he could make that happen, so he could go move to be with Frazier, his mentor. His mentor is 3 years older than him. So we're talking about people from all age groups. I mean, this isn't just for you kids. I'm 42. I'm done. When you finally say enough's enough, when you finally say that's it, I'm done with this shit, the waters will part for you guys, and the waters are going to part for you hardcore right here at the Internet Lifestyle Network. Click the link below. We're going to peace out. I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye. Deuces.
Do-do-do-do.